we're back. All right, so on the next one, we have 8.5 times 2.9. So I write my problem down. Now on this one, they just happen to line up. They do not have to. We're just lining up digits. Don't worry about where it's going to go right now. Just do the multiplication. So 9 times 5 is 45. Carry the 4. 9 times 8 is 72. Plus the 4 we carried is 76. Now, I'm multiplying with the second number. I'm going to be in the second row, so I need my actual math to start under the second number. So I'm going to placeholder 0. I'm going to cross that out because I've already used it. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16. Plus the 1 we carried is 17. Now I'm going to add together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 7 is 14. Carry your 1. And 1 plus 1 is 2. Now I worry about where the decimal goes. So I look in the whole problem and see how many are behind, meaning that way, because we read left to right. I have 2 digits behind the decimal in the whole problem. So I will have 2 digits behind the decimal in the answer. So my final answer is 24.65. And everybody's favorite, dividing. Next, the first thing that you need to do is set your problem up using the little house or the garage. Different teachers call it different things. So we want to write that. So they gave us 4.8 divided by 6. So I set it up using a house. Now, when you're working with decimals, if your divisor, meaning the one outside the door, is already a whole number, you don't have to worry about moving the decimal. And it is, so we can take our decimal and go ahead and right now and slide it up to where our quotient will go, our answer. Then just do the math as always. 6 won't go into 4, but it will go into 48. So I'll put a 0 here because it won't go into 4, but it will go into 48. 6 times 8 gives me 48. So I subtract and I'm left with 0 remainder. So my final answer is 0.8, which is the same as 8/10. Now, first thing you're going to do on B is set it up using a house. So they gave us 2.75 divided by 0.5. If your divisor, the one outside the door, has a decimal in it, we're more used to dividing with whole numbers. So what we do to make it easier on ourselves is we look to make this a whole number. I would need to move the decimal right here, correct? So if I move that one time, if I move it once on the outside, I also have to move it once on the inside. So I had to move this once to get the divisor to be a whole number. If I do it outside, I have to do it inside. So I would move it right there. That's one hop. And immediately go ahead and drag it up into your answer so that you don't forget later. I have kids that draw all these loops, but then they get to their final answer and they take the decimal right back where it started. No, once you get it moved, outside and inside, go ahead immediately, drag it up into your answer so that you don't forget. All right, so now basically it's just like I'm looking at this as a 5. 5 won't go into 2, so 0 there. 5 will go into 27, because if I don't try to look at it and say how many times will 5 go into 275, we don't have to worry about that. We're going to take it one at a time. It won't go into 2, but it will go into 27. 5 times 5 25. And then I subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. I still have a digit out here, so I drop that digit down, and I end up with 25. Now, we've already said that 5 will go in. 5 times 5 is 25. So I have a 5 here. 5 times 5 is 25. I subtract, and I end up with 0 remainder. So 2.75 divided by 0.5 equals 5.5.